Oh, now we are recording already. Great. So this is the third call from the whole acoustic series, and this one is about business, which again, like last time, the relationships business. To me, it's not really acoustic subject at all. So I'm really curious what kind of new understanding of this can be created for everybody on the call. We are with a lot of people, right? With a lot of people from a lot of different countries.
Can you give me 1 second that the Zoom in Spanish is getting ready?
Yes, sure.
Please, 1 minute.
We are just getting started, so we didn't start yet. Yeah, just let us know.
Right.
So I understood the last time that Rocco, that you actually worked in the like corporate business, that you really worked for a business companies, not just access business, but really like in a business world.
Yes.
Yeah, we are ready.
Cool. Thank you. Cool. Spanish link is alive. Cool.
Okay, yeah. That's perfect. So business often is not. It's not really something that we think of when we think of acoustical. It's mostly done from reason, and it's mostly done from like a lot of thinking. So how can it get more acoustical, and how can even people who have business, like already working business, how can they start to include more acoustical vibrations and start to get to the place where they use less reason and more like awareness, and they're knowing what would be the best way to, like to start to get there? And is it even something that's smart to do?
Great question. So, let me start with the first thing, like, is that smart to do? So what happens that here is my example, but please don't follow my example because it's not the best example, but you can learn a lot from that example. So I have a chartered accountant degree, and I was working for big companies like Hewlett-Packard, IBM, and the Royal Dutch Airlines and Vodafone worldwide as a financial analyst, pricing analyst, reporting analyst. So it's all about money, seeing that where the money comes from and where the money goes and how much profit we have, what actions we should do in order to create and keep creating our business. And then on the other end, there is another part of it. There were always business managers who did it in a different way. So, and that different way, sometimes we were not willing to acknowledge that what they are doing, that is so amazing. And we were trying to function from what is required here, what is written, what I learned in the economical schools, what you heard about from all the smart people, what you should do in business. And you can do business two ways. One is that following a written description, instructions that on the first day you do this, on the second day you do that. And you keep doing all the instructions. And if you talk to 100 business people, they will give you 100 different type of instructions. And you can put it together and try to use everything, but it doesn't mean that you are conscious. It doesn't mean that you tapped into the energy of your business and you follow the energy of the business or that certain project. So that's the question. Are you ready and are you choosing to follow the energy of your business? And here comes the second part, that when you say business, what do you think? What is that? So how much of your point of view about this is my business and then this is my life is just a separation? When you create your business, what else do you create? And when you communicate with your business, when you tap into the energy of your business and start to listen to the information, who do you talk to? One of the questions is that from which space are you asking the questions? What is the space that you are in, that level of consciousness, when you are asking the questions? Are you asking from the space of what you learned, what you think it should do? Because the answers will be limited by your points of view and your capacity at that very moment. You as an infinite being have the capacity to function at all different levels of consciousness. You can be very dumb, or you can be very smart. You can be very conscious. So when you would start to communicate with your business, just first be aware, okay, what I'm choosing, what is the level of consciousness that I'm choosing? Am I choosing to function from the space of the infinite being that I am and receive all the possibilities from this space? Or am I cutting back myself? Am I bought into that who I am, that I never learned this, I have never done this, I have no idea how to do this, and I'm just following the instructions and trying to do things? So you as an infinite being, you have the capacity to choose. And when you choose, the information, the knowing, the consciousness, and the clarity shows up. So that's sort of my first instruction, which is just something that you can tap into. Is this something that would work for me? To tap into the energy of my business and allow my business to give me all the feedback, all the information about what is required now. But you are the one you have to tell to your business, and you have to create in your reality, in your universe, to send the message that this is what I would like to create. This is what I'm choosing to create. Because your business will give you instructions about what you choose to create. If you choose to create failure, your business will give you all that, how you can create the failure. So what is the size, the scope for your business or for that project? And then tap into the energy and then ask the questions. Okay, what would it create to make it happen, to bring it into fruition? So would you allow yourself to function from the space of the infinite being that you truly be? And everything that it brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So there is this thing that people think that I've never done business, so therefore I have no idea how to do it. So first I have to go to a business school, study it, or buy books, study it. Then I will learn. And once I've learned everything, then I can start. I will allow myself to start once I've learned everything, so I have the knowledge. Maybe 50 or 100 years ago, it was something viable. And the only reason it was viable because the level of change was so minimal. But today, the change is sort of constant, immediate. There is non-stop in the change. So you can go to school, you can buy a book today, and by the book is published, all the information is outdated. So it's great. It was useful at that point of time when it was written, or when it came to the author's mind to make a book from that. And also, it's his or her own reality, what worked for that person. But we all have a different way to approach business, and we all have a different awareness about our own business. And we are talking about business, and just to be aware, business is your life. It's nothing different, nothing less than your life. Anything you do is your business. That's a nice English term. Never say it's not my business. It's your business. And you are the one who has all the information about what's required for this business to thrive. So that's what you can become aware of. And it's not written in any books. It's only available for you when you tap into the energy of your business and you have the willingness to receive the information. And now we have this amazing term that being irrelevant in business or irrational.
Irrational,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. So for you, do you see any difference between business and creation, or is it like the same, actually the same kind of energy, the same kind of movement for you, creation and business?
So in Access, there is a little bit difference between creation and generation. Mm-hmm. And that is about when you create something, you need to keep adding your energy to it, and you need to, so it's something, it's still like a dead object, and you just add your energy and keep it pushing forward. And when you add generative energy to it, I would say maybe in other methodologies, they would call it like the fifth element or the essence. That is, when you give that generative energy to your business, it starts to have its own life form. So you give life to it, and it starts to give you information. It starts to create itself. It starts to expand. It starts to pull in people, create creation, and itself starts to create itself. You still need to be in question what's required here, and you have to start a communication with your business, because your business is something created by you and generated by you. And you communicate with that life form. But actually, you have the capacity to receive the information and communicate and make decisions. So what is the space that you are making the decisions? Are you following your awareness and the information that you receive, or you still follow all the instructions that you received or bought into from anyone? So being in business or creating your business has that additional element, the willingness of giving that generative energy, which also means that a little bit of allowance of stepping out of the need of control, allowing the business to show you where it wants to go, because it's some way you are connected to everything in the universe, and there is a way that will create the most for you and your business. So are you willing to receive that? So that's being in that generative edge of being in the business. And there are, so when we are talking about the acoustical vibration, in the past we were talking about that acoustical vibration is something that is like the blueprint for your body, or it's the blueprint of the infinite being. There's a space of infinite possibilities. But it gives a structure. So to things that exist on the physical level, it gives a structure for all the elements to build that physical structure. But it also can give the structure, the energetic structure for projects, for not physical objects. So for example, what is the energy for, or what is the vibration for your business that you desire it to structure itself? So one of the things that we started to play with, and of course, no one should do that, experimenting, that asking for the acoustical vibration of a global business with multi-million-dollar profit. So the thing is, I never learned what is that. So we may not know what is that or how it works. But when you start to give that acoustical vibration to it, your business starts to function from that space and starts to give you all the information, what would be required in order to achieve or reach that space that you are shooting for, what you desire, what you choose. So what is it for you that you would like to create with your business? So we have a point of view, okay, with my business, I would like to have this and that. Is that something a short term? Or you bought into that with business, you have a limitation because you never did that. So first you have to do something small. It's of course, you can choose to create something small, something local, but you have the awareness that it could have been greater. So why do you cut back your capacity to create something greater? So a lot of people who bought into it that do it step by step, by small steps, and then I will learn. Yes, you will learn, but you can shoot, for the stars, and that will allow you to expand dynamically. And you expand together with your business. You start to expand into the space of infinite possibilities. So are you choosing to be the infinite being in business and receiving all the possibilities and all the capacities of your business? So are you choosing to be the generative energy in business and be in that always expanding space? So,
Guys,
it was.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
I have a French woman that is with me that actually is asking me, can you give an explanation about this notion of acoustic? Because she don't know what it is. Please.
So we can do two things here. One is giving some information, and another one is make something different so you can have your own sense of what is that. And it's different for everyone, what is that. But it exists. It's something that really is here for all of us. So acoustical vibration is the nature of the infinite being, which means there is infinite possibilities. And everything is possible, but when you don't function from the space of the infinite being, you limit the possibilities. You say, okay, my point of view is this, and that. And because of your point of view, the infinite possibilities suddenly shrink to those 5 points. And you can only receive when those 5 points or something similar to it will show up. So being the infinite being, functioning from the space of infinite possibilities, is following or being that nature of the acoustical vibration. And also in your body, you have that capacity to allow your body to show up in different ways, to create that change, to have that spaciousness. But what are we functioning from when we work with our bodies? And here is a quick exercise that I would like to invite everyone to join about what is the acoustical vibration, or what is your acoustical vibration. So just lower your barriers and allow yourself to receive everything and have no separation at all. No barriers to anything, no barriers to time and space. Have no distance at all. To expand beyond the edges of the universe and keep going beyond in all directions through time and space and through dimensions. Just allow yourself to expand beyond all the known limitations. And when you expand beyond, you include your body. You're not jumping out of your body. You include each and every molecules and particulates and everything about your body. And also you include everything in this expanded space. Each and every molecules with consciousness attached. You include all the beings, all the businesses, all the possibilities. Everything that is there and beyond, everything that was there in the past. There is no time and space for you. So just allow yourself to grow beyond and expand beyond this universe, all the boundaries of the known universe, of your own limitations. So have no limitations at all. And as you are receiving this expanded space, just ask for your acoustical vibration to be present now. So all your points of view about how it should show up, in which ways it should show up, what's the form and structure of the acoustical vibration, whether it's something visual or energetic, or it's something you have to hear as a sound, or it's something you have to sense, perceive in a certain way. Just have no point of view about it. So everything it brings up, we destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So are you choosing to be the infinite being that you truly be? So all the lifetimes you were looking for this, is this the time to choose that? So just allow yourself to receive the acoustical vibration of you, that who you are as an infinite being. And allow yourself to perceive, know, be, and receive infinite possibilities. So what change this can create for you? So what is the change that is possible for you if you have no reference points to the past? That who you were, what you've learned, what you have done, what was done to you. What was done to you in terms of finance? What is your actual financial reality? What is the financial reality in that place where you live now? Everything it brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. Everywhere you decided to be limited, to be less, everywhere you were told that you are too much, and you are everywhere and you have to focus yourself into one point. So everywhere where you bought into this and you are shrinking yourself to one particulate to focus into one point, will you now destroy and uncreate and revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce for all eternity? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all night shorts, boys and beyonds. So just step into the vibration of your acoustical vibration. Allow your whole body to receive that. All the different layers and parts and particulates of your body to receive that. Allow your whole being to receive that. So what is the change that is possible for you now? And what is the space that you can function from now on? And everywhere where you decided it's something that you can't touch, or there is no description or no words to this, therefore you cannot receive, where you destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I choose to receive the infinite possibilities that I truly am, no matter how it shows up. All the different ways we could receive the information, the energies, the waves, everything that we judged in the past as impossible, or no way to create that, or it's too much for me. Will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what would it take to receive this information with its totality, with total ease and clarity added to it? And anything and everything that doesn't allow you to receive this, everywhere where you created any type of self-sabotage from receiving this, and all the fears that you have about being the infinite being that you truly be, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Right. And just keep receiving. So what else is possible for you now? Everywhere you decided that you are too slow for this, are you choosing to be the speed of space, to function as the speed of space? Would you allow your body to function from the speed of space? So everywhere where you shrinked and limited and solidified your body and saying that it's too fast for me to create or to perceive this type of energy or that change. First, I need to think it through. So everywhere where you would slow it down to thinking, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Everywhere you bought into it, first you need to understand, first you need to cognitively understand and have your brain think it through. Will you now revoke, recount, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce for all eternity? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what else can you perceive now? So you can listen to this exercise again anytime later, because we will send out this recording. And I just like to invite you to a different possibility with your business. and to start to play with the energy of your business and be aware that your business is you. It's your life and living. So if there was no such thing as death, or, oh, I can only live 80 years, therefore I don't have enough time to create that scale of business that I'm looking for, that I desire, that I have the joy to create. So everywhere where you cut back the joy of creating and generating this life form, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 9 shorts, voice and beyond. Cool. So how are you now?
Yeah, it's different kind of space, right? And so you include the body actually in the business, right? Like all the time, right? It's
Yes, that's the thing that so people run into that idea that I am an infinite being and I can function as an infinite being once I'm out of my body, out of this life, and then I'm happy again, because this is a limitation where we are at. But as an infinite being, we were asking for the possibility to perceive and receive in this physical plan, in this physical reality. And your body has the capacity to change its solidity, to change and have all different levels of capacity to receive, and not just receive, but be present in these different layers and levels of solidified reality. So Earth, in one level, it's a solidified reality that is mixed with the infinite possibilities. It's a living form. It can change. It shapes itself. And your body has the same capacity to change and shape itself. And actually, this is the next step for the evolution of the infinite being that we were all asking for, or who knows for how long, to have the capacity to be present in the physical world. And in the physical world, you can't reject your body. You can't reject something that you were shooting for forever. So it's like denying what you were asking for, saying that, yes, I wanted it, but without my body. But actually, this is the body that makes it so joyful. And creating money and creating your business and functioning from that space, this whole thing makes sense in this physical world.
Yeah.
Yes. You create the money for the body. You create all these joyful experiences in life and living for the body and for the being.
That's through the body, of course, also. So
yes, your body is the tool to make it so joyful, to receive that.
So that's also where your class actually really comes in, right? That's where people learn it in a really practical way, to experience the joy in the body and to experience their body as an acoustical kind of thing, maybe for the first time in their life, and then you can bring it out into your life and into your business.
Yes.
And so do you have also like examples of people who wrote you after they took a class, how their business, how their life changed with regards to this?
Yeah, it was so funny because people are so creative. They use the tools in so many different ways. So there are teachers who are being present with their acoustical body in the class, so giving this extra to the students, allowing them and inviting them into a different possibility with their bodies. And also there was a lady who had something really extraordinarily expensive, and she managed to sell it just immediately when she invited the acoustical vibration of wealth and business and expensiveness, where she had no chance to sell it, and she tried everything, and then, oh, I have the tools, I can use it.
Oh, cool.
This is the time to use it.
So it's actually very practical what you learn, and there is also a manual with all these tools that you can like pick up and and ask the book like what should I do here? It's like a foundation but a different way, different foundation.
Yeah,
right?
you can call it like the foundation for the infinite being, to function with the acoustical vibration, to be the acoustical vibration, be the infinite in all different places, all different areas of your life, with your body, with your business, with everything that you choose.
Relationships we took the last time. I'm
Yes.
curious, what are we going to do next? Okay, wow, this was really fun again. business done acoustically. So I wanted to share the information about all the classes. I have it here. So your acoustic business class, the first one, acoustical body class, sorry, the first one is in Amsterdam from 8 till 10 June, and then after that you go to Switzerland and Hungary, and then I have to have
and
a
then
look
Russia.
yeah, Russia, and after that France, right?
Yes,
St. Petersburg
Montpellier.
and Montpellier in France.
Yeah.
So those classes are all taught in English, but they are translated in all kinds of different languages, right? So, and if people require translation, they just need to let you guys know or let us know.
Yes.
And
so
there is also joyous relationship class before all that. 1 to 3rd June, there is a joyous relationship class in France, in Montpellier. And from there, you take the whole tour of acoustical bodies through whole Europe. How exciting is that? It's like moving like all over the place.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so when we were creating this Europe tour, we were asking our business and the class, actually, what is the place where you would like to go? And before that, the first place where it wanted to go was China. So we've been to China by now like twice, holding these classes. And then it gave us the different countries where it wanted to show up. And it's a different reason where and why. And it doesn't really matter what's the reason. It's about what we can create, what is required here and now, what we are ready for, that we were asking for, and now we can choose it. We finally have the capacity to choose more and expand beyond all of that. Yeah, so we are really grateful for all these tools and grateful for Access Consciousness that it made it possible for everyone and for all of us.
Yeah, what else is possible? It's so cool, and it's really like what you said. We don't need a reason. We just need to follow our knowing and follow our awareness, and we can go everywhere. we can spread our acoustical wings. Right?
Yes.
How cool is that? Is there something else that you would like to add?
It's really about a choice of willing to show up as the infinite being that you truly be. Are you choosing that? Are you choosing to have all the tools, and are you choosing to have the clarity about it? And what would your life be like in 5 years' time? And what would the world be like in 5 years' time if you choose that? If you choose these classes, if you choose to play with this information.
What I get is with these classes, people really choose to change. So that's one thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks a lot. I don't know whether there are any questions. I see a lot of I think Hungarian text that I don't understand, of course. So
yes. Cool. Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
We will come with another one. We just don't know the theme yet. But we will be back, right? Before the real thing. Before the real thing. We will be back with the next one. So thanks
Yeah.
a lot for the wonderful evening, and the recordings will be going out tomorrow, right? With
Yes.
all the information, and
Yes.
if any of guys have any questions, just let us know as an answer for the recording email or anything. If you have questions that we didn't answer because we don't understand the language, just let us know, please. Have a great evening or morning or whatever, wherever in the world you are, and thanks a lot.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
and thank you for this inviting all of us to this call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Gracias.